Hi, friends. By looking at the thumbnail, you all would have guessed what I'm doing today. They are two beautiful fridge magnets. So let's get started. Welcome back to my channel, Mads World of Passion.
Now here I have used a 5-inch 3 mm diameter MDF board, and I have painted with a coat of gesso here. Now I'm using these coins of different sizes, 10 rupee, 5 rupee, 25 paisa, 50 paisa coins you can use to draw circles which would act as, a background for you to make your clay work. Now, not everybody would have printouts at home to take an, printout of any illustration that you would find on the internet. So here I'm showing you a method to do this particular fridge magnet without using any tracing, paper, or illustrations. Even if you're a very average in drawing, you can still do this particular fridge magnet, which I'm going to show you in the most simplest way that you can do. Here, I'm just making a rough image. I've drawn a family of 4 year husband, wife, and 2 children. Though this will get concealed once you paint the background, it gives you a rough idea of how your fridge magnet would look, the end result basically. Now, once you get the desired image on the MDF, time to paint the background. Now, here I'm using two different colors. Now, what colors I've been using here, I'll mention it on the screen. Now, how do you blend two colors and give a gradient effect? That's what I'm showing here, and this is the easiest that you can do. I've used chalk paint here in light blue and yellow shade. Now, on the top part of this, I'm just blending everything with the MDF using only the single color of blue, and as I come to the center of the MDF, I start blending it with the other color that I chose here, that is yellow. Once you blend both these colors, you have to clean the sponge dabber and use only the single color for the remaining 1/4 part that you have chosen. Here again, in this case, yellow, to blend it with the MDF. Use a paintbrush, you won't get this effect, so please use only the sponge dabbers wherever you want to create these double shaded background. Okay, now moving on, I'm doing the second fridge magnet. I've kept the first one to dry aside, and here I've drawn a illustration of a girl free-handed, and again with two different colors I've created a gradient effect. Now to do the clay work, I've used the Fevicryl molded clay. I've used both the hardener and the resin, and I'm making these small balls. And here I'm doing it on my palm, but yes, if you're not comfortable doing this way, you can use a thin plastic sheet and do it on them. Now, before I stick this with the help of Fevicol, I'm just checking if everything is good, the thickness and the size of the balls that I've made. It should all be, very consistent. All the four should look very similar. It's not like one should be big, small in terms of thickness. It should all look very symmetric. So I'll complete all the remaining four and allow this to dry. In the meanwhile, I'll do another one for this girl as well. Now you can smoothen the surface with the help of a little bit of water, but here in this case I didn't have to do it because it was actually good enough. And any 3D work that you want to highlight, you can use the molded clay. Now in this case, I'm highlighting this board that the girl is holding in her hand with giving it a 3D effect by doing this clay work there. I'm using different acrylic colors here to paint the clothes of all the figurines here, but again, you can change the colors according to your wish. The colors that I've used here, I'll mention it on the screen again. Whatever color that you're using, do not forget to, you know, uh, color in the corners of the clay work that you've done. In this case, this particular color that I'm using here is very flowy. So in such cases, you have to always allow the first coat to dry and then reapply another coat of it. Now again, a freehand drawing of how the expression of all the faces need to look, especially the hair part where I've done the background. Now I'm coloring all this with black acrylic color. And for the skin tone, I'm using the flesh tint color, which is basically the one that is preferred. But again, if you want to make any changes in the colors of, the hair, the skin color, you can definitely make as per your choice. Now, once you apply the paint with the help of a brush, you would start seeing the strokes of the brush very evident on, especially the clay. So, you always have to dab with the help of a dabber, otherwise, it will look very bad. So, do not forget to do and make use of the sponge dabbers. Now, based on the recommendation of one of the YouTuber, I bought these Sharpie pens. They are basically the permanent marker kind of pens, which you can use for making the outlines of such artwork or even the facial expressions in this case. But honestly speaking, they work good on the MDF boards, but they don't work well on the clay part here. If you just notice, it worked initially, but then it just stopped working. So I did everything, all the remaining things. I made use of acrylic color with the help of a 000 brush. I used, to outline the clay work as well as draw the facial expressions. So, in short, what I mean to say is don't buy these Sharpie pens because they are very expensive and they don't serve their purpose much. I guess you can use the regular permanent markers. Maybe I don't know if that might work or not. I have not used it because I used acrylic color since I didn't have anything else. I used acrylic color to outline the entire image and also the expressions on the face. So you can try permanent markers if you have. Okay, moving on to the second fridge magnet here. Now, this one I basically did for my daughter whose birthday is just round the corner, and she absolutely loved this. And this is going to be a very nice gift that you can give for your maybe your sister, your friend, or even your daughter. This would be an absolutely nice gift. And the quote here, you can draw, you can write any quote. If you're giving it to your sister, maybe you can write the best sister in the world. I'm awesome. You know, I'm the craziest one. You can write any quote here, but this is going to be a perfect gift for your loved ones. In the meanwhile, I've painted the second fridge magnet, and all the colors that I've used are mentioned on the screen. Now, the first magnet that I did, the other things have dried up, so I'm just giving a finishing touch, and I've used the dot art tool to just complete the look of the magnet. You can add any extra elements if you want to. In this case, I've added a heart shaped clay work that I had made, and you know the magnet is all ready. Allow this to dry completely at least for one whole day, that is 24 hours, before you apply a varnish on it and also the magnet. I'm just adding a few more finishing touches to the second clay work that I had made, and I'm outlining the entire image with the help of black acrylic color, and I'm using a 000 brush here. See, if you do not want to use them as fridge magnets, you can also use them as car danglers.
Initially I had made a closed eye, and my husband told me like it's not looking so great. So I used a dot art tool to make these eyes, which are looking really good. Now, once both the artwork have dried up completely, use a magnet, and with the help of Fevicol, you can stick them at the back of it. So now time to varnish it. I'm using the Little Birdie varnish, the gloss finish, to varnish the complete artwork. Now here the magnets that I've used are also of two different sizes, because this MDF is slightly bigger in size, so I have used a slightly bigger magnet and a little smaller magnet for this one. Keep this for at least 1 hour before you gift this to somebody. Wrap in a wrapping sheet. So I hope this was helpful and you people will recreate this. And if you're doing it, don't forget to tag me on my Instagram page. And yes, if you've liked this video, do like and please subscribe to my channel and encourage my good work here. See you all soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.